A portafilter funnel is for getting coffee grounds into a portafilter. Now you just lock it up on top and then the magnets keep it in place. Now, why would you want to use this? The main reasons are because you want to grind directly into a portafilter, or you want to grind into a cup and then dose in like this. You might want to weigh your dose like so. And finally, you might want to overdose, which is to put more coffee into a basket than the specified weight was for. What's special about this funnel? The first thing is that it does have magnets, which you've noticed is very handy because it simplifies your workflow, it attaches, it doesn't fall off. That's really useful. Secondly, it's got a very slippery paint on it so that coffee grounds don't stick. It's got an optimized curve called the baristachrome curve. Look that up on Wikipedia. And finally, it mounts with no ring going into the portafilter, so your coffee grounds can get evenly distributed inside the basket. Now, if you're grinding without a funnel, let's say you're holding your basket right here. If I do grind, at first all the coffee will come into here, but then as it rises, you'll see that it starts to spill off the sides. Now, the reason that that's bad is that you've weighed your beans, and now the weight of the beans in the basket is not going to be the same. It's also just plain wasteful and it makes a mess. So a funnel cleans up your workflow. We do make our funnel in two different sizes, a short one and a tall one. And the reason for that is because portafilters come generally in two different heights. Here I've got a bottomless one, and here I've got a spouted one. And looking at the grinder here, if I put the portafilter here, I can use a tall funnel, and there's no problem, there's plenty of space. But if I put a spouted portafilter here, I can't get that funnel in there, whereas if I use a short funnel, it works just fine. So the main reason to use the short funnel is if you're very tight for space, you measure it and the short funnel will fit where the tall one often won't. Since we're talking about grinding directly, this is a niche grinder and it comes with this little wooden cover here. When I take this off, I can take the screw out and put one of our portafilter stands in like so. Now that I've done that, I can put the portafilter in and a funnel, and I can now grind directly. Now, not only will grinding directly speed up the workflow, but it'll make significantly better coffee. And the reason is that the grind is going to now be centered on the portafilter basket, as opposed to coming in a side or other. If you grind into a basket like this, and you put your grinds in, typically people would do this, like that, and when they take it off, they find that the grinds are angled, and they have to then shake it to try and fix things up, and that creates all sorts of chaos and also compression. It's not a good way to make coffee. Much better is to have the fluffy coffee come out of the spout into your portafilter, into a nice cloud of particles that you then gently correct using a WDT needle. Now, another way to use a funnel is to grind into a cup like this, and then take one of our stands, for example, this one here, some double-sided tape that we supply with you. You glue that onto your scale, and now I can dose in here and make sure that the weight that I ground is actually the weight that's going into the basket. Now, if you're using a grinder that has timed grinding, it's usually very inaccurate, usually 1.5 grams inaccurate, and that's going to really mess up your coffee. So if you are using a timed grinder, it's better to grind into a cup and then dose into a weighed situation and making sure that you actually are getting the dose that you intended. Next, if you are doing WDT without a funnel, you're going to find that as you're scraping things around, your coffee grinds are flying all over the place. And in fact, if you watch some YouTube videos of people doing WDT, you'll find that without a funnel, they all seem to do this. So if you are into vice distribution technique, and I really recommend that you do it, it's just the cheapest, simplest way to improve your coffee, you'll need a funnel in order to make that happen. You can see the World Barista Champion, Aga, using our funnel in her routine so that she can quickly dose the cup and then move on to the next coffee puck preparation. Thanks for watching this video about our funnel.